Hey, what's up, you guys? oldmps here with episode 14 of Let's Build a Roller Coaster with a map I have yet to name. Uh, Before this video goes on for too long, this is in fact the answers video for like the questions video I had a while back. So you'll get all your questions answered. Pretty much go through every single one that was left because I didn't get too many actually. Okay, wow. Pretty fucked up there. Okay, pretty much I went through and I remade a good portion of the map. Well, I didn't remake it. I went through and just kind of fixed a lot of things, and I built that part over there. That part I kind of skipped over because I knew you guys wouldn't like me just building that exact same piece. So that one turn took me about an hour to build. That takes forever to build with those kind of props. That's why I decided to skip that video. So just kind of ignore all of that. And we'll come up here. I fixed quite a few little things I had. Like right over here, I added a shield door to make it much easier to land on. I also, right up here, I got rid of a black line that I had missed. Right there. See, it's not there anymore. There's a mongoose kind of blocking the way. And then I got this part built, which isn't as good as I hoped it would be, but it's good enough. So we'll leave it at that. So we'll go ahead and start answering some of your questions. The first question is from a blue person. He asks, most M's of maps are kind of crappy, like going up normally. What interesting ways to get up in a race map? I'm guessing he means which kind of ways he wants. Which ways would it be easier to get the map to go up? Normally some ways it's trying to make like an interesting Cannon Man sort of trick thing, where it makes it seem almost like you were supposed to go up. I mean, I do have that boring section over there that kind of does the trick with keeping you interested, but then again, I just dropped it straight back off down, so it really didn't affect anything. But normally those are the easiest ways of getting things like that finished. There's one guy who just has 1,000 questions. I'm just gonna skip them because they're not very annoying. Well, they're kind of weird. I got a lot of questions that were directed to certain people, like, can I be in Forge of the Year next year? I'm not really choosing who's going to be in Forge of the Year next year yet, so I have no freaking clue. So that just answers like 16 questions. Alright, the next one is, can you or Amish make a video for good aesthetic ideas? Not a bad idea. We might do that. The issue is, of course, that... Wait, what kind of prop am I using? Yeah, I shouldn't be using these. The only issue is with doing that is that we really don't have too many of our own ideas. At least I don't. Because I always kind of I like it when people send me messages. They give me good ideas for aesthetics. So, yeah. Probably would be a good idea if we can come up with a couple good aesthetic themes. We might just go over the classics. I don't know. Not a bad idea. We might do it. So, that was useful. Let's see, what else? Why not get someone like Amishday or Umishday to help you with your commentary? Hope I didn't spell it wrong. Actually spelled it right, kind of ironically enough. But no, I would get him on to help me with my commentaries, but currently Umishday is on vacation because he's on his spring break as well. So he's kind of busy, I'm pretty sure. And I don't feel like just kind of forcing him to do a commentary over something he's never seen before. It's not the easiest thing to commentate over something that you weren't there to experience yourself, or so on. So, yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the second page of questions, if it overloads. Let's see. Would oldmps forge a map with me? Probably not. No offense, I don't really forge maps with anybody. Last time I did that was with Shadow Wolf, and he kind of took over the whole map. And then the time before that, it was with some other kid, and I took over the whole map. Normally, what happens is that someone takes over the majority of the map, and then no one really kind of, because then someone's kind of weighing on like, oh yeah, I helped with the map, even though they just sat in the game AFK the whole time. It's kind of impossible to really work together, I think, in my mind. At least not with me. it's just kind of harsh. I really don't like working with anybody straight up. So, nope, sorry. Do you think I'll be able to do Forger of the Year this year? No, of course not. No, that would mean, probably. How did you lose count at 7? Lol. Because it was early in the morning when I started doing that video. That was a questions video, by the way. And, I didn't check anything. I just clicked record, and I was like, oh, shit, what number is this? I forgot. And then that's why I just kind of said some fake number. Want to build a racetrack together? No. How'd you meet Amish Day 3? That's a good one. That's a good question. Okay, so Amish Day, Amish Day, whatever the hell he likes it. We met. He always kind of left comments. He was always watching my YouTube channel a lot, and he always left comments, and he was always suggesting, like, looking at his maps, like anybody else would. But he'd attach videos to it, so I was like, okay, I'll go watch maps if they're on a video, because, I don't have to go download them, then go look at that, then go look at this, It's just kind of like, look at the video. So I went over there and I kept looking at his videos, and a lot of his maps were very high quality. He had quite a few Slayer maps, and like his race maps were like spectacular. And I looked at his subscribers level, and it was like 3. And I was kind of iffy on like asking him if he wanted to join my channel, so I kind of didn't say it at first. And I just, I kind of got ballsy, and I was like, what the hell? I just sent him a message saying, hey, you want to join my YouTube channel? And he was like, sure. So I added him on Xbox Live, and that was like the first time we ever talked. And he ended up being a really cool guy, and I'm really glad I added him. Definitely one of the best decisions I've made on this channel. But it was kind of completely random, which probably wasn't one of the best ideas to go with, because I doubt that ever happened again. Because that's kind of what I did with one of our other YouTubers that joined us for a while back with Sparky. He was one of Sparky's friends, and he didn't do too well. I mean, it wasn't bad blood. It was just kind of like, we kind of got pissed off at each other. Then we kicked him off the channel and shit. So, yeah, Amish Day was definitely kind of just a random meetup. That was a question by X Hunter. Are you made fun of at your school for doing Halo on YouTube videos? Or, I guess that's what he's saying. No, not particularly, actually. If anything, he's actually made me slightly more popular, which is kind of ironic. Because I really should be a nerd, because I should get made fun of, because I'm on the robotics team. I do animations, I do a YouTube channel, I'm a video game nerd. I don't do any sports. But yet, I'm actually I'm not popular per se, but I have quite a bit of friends that are considered popular, I guess. And, I don't know. I guess because I have no issues, like, talking to weird people. Like, I'll go up and talk to anybody. Like, I guess if they were trying to make fun of me at first, I ended up making friends with them or something. So that's how it kind of turns out. So, not really, no. I'm actually not made fun of at my school for playing Halo. Alright, so let's see. The third page. How many episodes are there? That is a good question. I'm guessing we're gonna hit 20, but not many more than 20 episodes. I'm assuming I'm gonna put a guess on episode 22 will be like the ending one. Even though I'm only on episode 14, and I'm kind of getting there. So I'm gonna say between 17 to 25 videos would probably be the guess. 17 if I like just everything works and everything finishes. 25 if like I have quite a few issues I have to fix. I eat waffles, so do you eat French toast? P.S. I am awesome. That's from Halo Reach Race Maps. Yeah, actually, I do eat French toast, but I eat waffles too, thank you very much. I don't discriminate. That should answer that question, I believe. Did you ever realize that the brace large is really big? I like big things, if you know what I mean. Laugh my f***ing ass off. By Young Yankee 267. Actually, they're not that big. Just saying right now. They're large, one of the larger props, but I mean, I wouldn't classify them as like the biggest prop in the freaking game, because obviously we all know what that is. It's the Wall Coliseum. And it doesn't matter how big they are. If they're still useful, like I just used them back there, I don't think there's any issues with it. And I do like big things every once in a while. Like I like big portions of food because I'm heavy. And yeah, I'm not gonna go any further because I know I'm already gonna get like 1,000 comments making fun of me and the thing. when did you stop forging for with 5 degree rotation snap? I actually never really used 5 degree rotation snap. It was always 1 degree rotation snap. But even though I guess that's everybody said, "Oh, that's not rotation snap," but really, this is actually in the these are in the tenths, and 1 degrees are these. So really, I stopped forging like that. The last map I did with that was Concussion, and Concussion I still say is one of my best maps I've ever created, if not one of my funnest. Cause that map took forever to make, and it was totally worth it in the end. Cause everybody who's ever raced is like, "Oh my god, this is fucking awesome." If it's rotation snapped or not, and it's kind of hard to tell if it's rotation snap because they've got it all banked. But that was my last rotation snap map, and I made that, I believe, July. No, it was June, end of June. That's when I made that map. And after that, that was when like I met MLG Savior. They taught me how to build a roller coaster with freehand, and then I just kind of took off from there. But I would never hate on anybody who ever rotation snaps, just because rotation snapping is okay. So freehanding definitely it shows more skills, I believe. But rotation snap, if you can make a good rotation snap map, that just shows that you have more innovative techniques. That means I mean, sure, it is a tool, and it should be used if necessary. Like, I mean, no one can, everyone can't lie. I mean, everybody's used rotation snap once or twice on a roller coaster to get like a flat ground or something. But let's face the fact, it does work better if you just freehand it. But learning rotation snap and using it as a technique definitely really improves your skills with finding the layouts for a map. So pretty much using rotation snap might not be the best of strategies once you've been forging for over a year. But once if you're forging for like the first 3 or 4 months, rotation snap definitely is a good suggestion, just so you can learn the layout of roller coasters and double wides. That's how I started learning layouts, because you're still forced to problem solve with all the issues, with like getting the track to line up with itself and so on. And if anything, it's slightly harder to get a track to line up on a rotation snap, just because of the fact that you have to use mathematics to get it all just straight. So anyways, you guys, I hope those I answered most of your questions, and it got me talking throughout the whole entire video, which is pretty good, even though all I built was a small little section right here. Anyways, you guys, this is oldmps signing out. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.